Maximize your skills with rudimental drumming at schoolofsuperdrumming.com. The link is in the description.
So the single stroke roll, the sticking of it is pretty simple. It's just alternating between the right hand and the left hand. So it's just right, left, right, left, right, left, over and over and over. And then as far as putting it into practical use, just use the subcounts 1 E and 16th notes. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. A little faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And if you wanted to do 30-second notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. These are all single stroke rolls. So the single stroke 4, it's 4 strokes alternating between the right hand and the left hand. And with this rudiment, it is a triplet based rudiments, so you are going to have to know how to count in triplets. One way you can learn how to do that is by doing this. Triplet tap, triplet tap, triplet tap. And if you wanted to use subcounts in triplet form, you just go like this. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Alright, it goes to 4 if it's a 12-8 time signature. But that's how you would count it and play it as triplet based 8 notes. If you wanted to do it as triplet based 16th notes, it's just like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Oops. But nonetheless, that's how you play the single stroke 4s. Alright, so the single stroke 7 is a triplet based rudiment. It would fit best in a 9-8 time signature. But you can also put it in a 6-8 time signature, 12-8. Whatever the case is, it'll all fit naturally. The rhythm may be a little bit different. So the way to count this, you would go 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a. So you're going to pause on the 3. If you're leading off with your right hand, it's going to end on the right. And same thing with the left. If you're on the left hand, it's going to end with the left. So that would be the most natural way you could play the single stroke 7. If you wanted to fit it all into a 6-8 time signature, of course the note values would change to 16th notes instead of 8 notes. And you would count it like this. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1. So every 2 beats would be 1 count, right? It would go 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1. So it's going to come in a little faster. And then the 12-8 version, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. That is pretty much how you play the single stroke 7.
Maximize your skills with rudimental drumming at schoolofsuperdrumming.com. The link is in the description.
So with the double stroke rolls, slowing it down, it's 2 beats off of each hand. So it's right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left. Or this is how I learned how to do the double stroke rolls. Mama, daddy, mama, daddy. You see how the words match the beats? So you could do it like that. But nonetheless, don't forget that it's 2 beats off of each hand. Right, right, left, left. Mama, daddy. Whichever one you decide to go with, as long as you learn what the beats are, that's fine. And then once you learn how to do the double stroke roll, how to count it. So for example, these will be 16th note, right? 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and I think you get the gist of it. So those are really slow, right? But here's how it would sound at probably a 120 beats per minute. Alright, that's how you do the double stroke roll. So with the 5-stroke roll, this is a triplet based rudiment. How to play it, the sticking is just right, right, left, left, right. Alright, don't forget that accent. Right, right, left, left, right. And then go into the left hand. Left, left, right, right, left. Both together. Right, right, left, left, right. Left, left, right, right, left. And then how to count it using the subcounts. 1 and Alright, one more time. 1 and left hand. 2 and one more time. 2 and So each of those sub counts are gonna have 2 beats. So the reason for the sub counts, these are all 16th note bass until you hit that last beat, which is an 8th note, alright? Otherwise, that's how you do the 5-stroke roll. With the 6-stroke roll, the first note is going to be an accent, alright? Accent, and then you're going to come in with your left hand. E and should put the sub count in, so it's 1 E and 2 E and So you got that accent on the 1 E and you got the accent on the 1 E and 2 E and 3 or 1, however you want to stop it. It doesn't transition into the left hand, so leading off with your left hand, it would go 1 E and 2 E and 3. Alright? Otherwise, that's how you do the 6-stroke roll. Left hand. With the 7-stroke roll, it starts off with 6 strokes and it ends off of a left hand accent, just as I demonstrated. But how to count it with 30-second notes with that accent at the end, it would go 1 E and alright? You're gonna do a off that left hand. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and so forth and so forth. It doesn't transition into the left hand, so let's practice it off the left hand. So it's gonna go 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 1. Alright? That's how you play the 7-stroke roll. A little faster. And off the left hand. With the 9-stroke roll, there is many different ways you can interpret it, but for this example, I'm going to interpret it into a 3/4 time signature just because it fits perfectly into it. So, and we can use the sub counts for it. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So it's going to go 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and Alright, the 3/4 time signature stops after 3 counts. Alright, one more time. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and a little faster. 1 2 3. Alright, I tried to do a little head nod so you could keep track of the count. Of course, like I said, you can interpret it many different ways. If you want to put it on a 4/4 and make it 30-second notes instead of the 16 notes that I was just demonstrating. So slowly it would go 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. If you wanted it to go immediately into the left hand right after you do it off the right hand, the right hand lead, you would go 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. If you were to do 3 9-stroke rolls, it would land you right back onto count number 1 into the next measure. Of course, 30-second note based. But otherwise, that's how you do the 9-stroke roll. With the 10-stroke roll, I'm going to throw this on top of a 3/4 time signature just because it's easier to count it that way and it fits perfectly into that time signature. But that's not to say that this can be interpreted in different ways, and I will have the little sheet music down below so you can see what I mean. But nonetheless, throwing in the sub counts, it's going to go like this. 1 E and 2 E and 3 and 1 E and 2 E and 3 and. Alright, like I said, that's on the 3/4 time signature, but that's to help you try to keep count and understand how to do this rudiment. Alright, don't forget to do the 2 accents off the right hand, 3 and. all right, before going back into the 1 for the double strokes. This rudiment doesn't transition into a left hand lead, so practicing off the left hand, it would go 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and. If you was to throw this on a 4/4 time signature and convert it into 32nd notes with 2 16th notes ending it, it would go like this: 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. If you want to add that little extra note into it, that's fine as well. But that kind of perfectly ends it with a 9-stroke roll. All right. But one more time, a little faster. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. All right. That's how you would play it if it was in a 4/4 time signature. I mean, there's many different ways you can interpret this rudiment. But nonetheless, that's how you play the 10-stroke roll. So with the 11-stroke roll, this is how you would count it and play it with that last beat off the left hand. I am going to count this as if it was a 3/4 time signature, which means I'm going to sub-count these with 16th notes. So it's going to go like this: 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a. It doesn't transition into the left hand naturally. So let's lead it off with the left hand real quick. So it's going to go 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a. A little quicker. 1 2 3 1 2 3. Right hand. 1 2 3 1 2 3. So if you wanted to do this on a 4/4 time signature and convert it to 32nd notes, this is how you would count it and play it. So it would go 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E. So it would end kind of funky in a way. But nonetheless, that's how you would play the 11-stroke roll.
Maximize your skills with rudimental drumming at schoolofsuperdrumming.com. The link is in the description.
So the 13-stroke roll is a 7/8 based rudiment. The sticking is pretty much double stroke roll, and the last partial is an accent. So it would go, using the number count, it would go 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. All right, it leads into the left hand right after that right hand accent, and vice versa. Then using the rhythm sub count, it would go 1 and all right, it's like a drag pretty much. All right, that's the Same with the left hand. So now leading off with the left hand off of count number 2, it would go 2 and all right. So pretty much whatever your lead hand is, it's gonna end it off of that same hand. So if it's a right hand lead, it's going to end it with a right hand accent. If it's a left hand lead, it's going to end it with the left hand accent. That's another way that you could use to help understand the rhythm of this rudiment. But otherwise, this is how you play the 13-stroke roll. Here it is a little quicker.
Like this video and subscribe to the channel. If you want full access to over 500 videos of stick tricks, rudiments, and exercises, sign up today at schoolofsuperdrumming.com. The link is in the description. Maximize your skills with rudimental drumming at schoolofsuperdrumming.com. The link is in the description.
The 15-stroke roll, we're going to do this off of a 4/4 time signature. So that means it's going to be in 32nd note form. I'll show you how to sub count it with it. All right, so here we go. Here's how you do it. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. You see how that accent is on the don't forget the accent. All right, this doesn't transition into the left hand like naturally into a left hand lead. So let's practice with our left hand. Here we go. It's gonna go 1 E and a, 2 E and a. All right, accent off the right hand on the right before the 3. 3E and 4E and Alright? Speeding it up, it's gonna go 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and And then a little faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's how you play the 15-stroke roll. Alright, so the 17-stroke roll is going to be a triply based rudiment. It is going to fit naturally in a 9/8 time signature. I'm going to show you how and how to play it pretty much. So you're going to start off with playing through the double stroke rolls, and you're going to count it like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and On that last put an accent on it. Yeah, it's leading off with your right hand. It's going to accent off your right hand at the end of it, and then it's going to lead into the 17-stroke roll off your left hand. 1 and 2 and 3 and Alright, let's put them both together, nice and easy. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and Alright, a little quicker. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. Now that last action is just to end this whole sequence, but nonetheless. So the multiple bounce roll, it is kind of one of those forgotten rudiments, but it is a rudiment nonetheless. So believe it or not, this isn't just random buzzing like. There is indeed some coordination to go with this, and it comes down to technique, how to press down. Not too much, but not too little. If you press down too much, it sounds like this. And if you don't press down enough, it starts opening up into a double stroke roll, like kind of like in between. So you want to make sure you get that nice little, see how it sounds nice and buzzy. But anyways, going back to it not being just so random, there is sub counts going on. So if you were to think in 16th notes, 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and alright, keep in mind this might not sound as good because it's slow. Nonetheless, this is how you would count it in your head. 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and 1. Alright, you see how my hands are coordinating with the sub counts? And now that you understand that, hopefully, a little faster to make it sound better. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, whatever the tempo is, try to make sure you keep up with the tempo 16th note bass. And if it's kind of slow, then try to compromise it with maybe 30-second notes. Like if it's really slow, like 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't want to go 1E and 2E and, right? So, do it in 30-second notes instead. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, especially on those really slow songs, and if you're in concert band or in a marching band, you know how those slow songs are, alright? Make sure you keep it coordinated, just counting 30-second notes if it's slow, and if it's a little faster, like up-tempo, do it in 16 notes. But otherwise, that's how you would do the multiple bounce roll. I wasn't sure what I was going to count it as, but yeah, that's how you do the multiple bounce roll. So the triple stroke roll is a triplet based rudiment. It would fit best on a 6/8, 12/8 time signature. So how to do it? It's going to be 3 strokes off the right hand and 3 strokes off the left hand, or if you want to start with your left hand and right hand, that's cool too. And then how to count it, we're going to do this 8th note bass so we can get all of the sub counts into it. So it's going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Alright? And then to play it a little faster, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Alright? And that's how you play the triple stroke roll. So with the paradiddle first, explaining how the sticking goes, because this is a beginner's nightmare right here. So it's 2 different patterns going on, alright? So it's right, left, and then do 2 beats off the right hand, we call it a diddle. That's why it's called a paradiddle. But you're gonna diddle the right hand. Diddle. So it's gonna go right, left, diddle. One more time. Right, left, diddle. Transition into the left hand. Left, right, diddle. Alright, one more time. Left, right, diddle. That's how the sticking goes. Alright, and then putting both of them together with the subcounts. 16th note bass. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. Alright, I made a slight mistake on this. Don't forget the accent on the first note. Alright, 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. Actually, the accent just might help you memorize where the transition starts over at, alright? So don't forget the accent on the first notes. But a little faster with the paradiddle. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. And then a little more faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That's how you do the paradiddle. So the double paradiddle is a triplet based paradiddle. So that's how we're going to count it. First, going over the sticking, alright, it's going to go right, left, and then diddle the right hand. Right, right. Right, left, right, right. And then going off the left hand. Left, right, left, left. Putting both of them together, you're going to put an accent on the first note, by the way. I almost forgot to mention that. So it's going to go right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Alright? This is your first time seeing this rudiment. I suggest do the paradiddle first, because all you're really doing is adding 2 more alternating beats before doing the diddle. Alright? One more time. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Now, how to sub-count it. Like I said, it's a triplet based rudiment, so here's how you're going to do it. The first note's going to be an accent, and then the last 2 notes are going to be diddles, and then transition into your left hand. So it's going to go 1 and 2 and Alright, the on both hands is going to be the diddle aspect. So a little faster. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1. A little faster. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1. And that's how you play the double paradiddles. So the triple paradiddle, believe it or not, it fits more naturally on a 4/4 time signature. So it's a regular based rudiment, I guess you can call it, not triplet based. Ironically, nonetheless, unlike the double paradiddle, the triple paradiddle is going to add 2 more alternating beats. So one way you can memorize doing this is by counting to 3 and then diddling. And if you're starting off your right hand, it's going to diddle off the right hand. So without forgetting the accent, just go like this. 1, 2, 3, diddle. Alright? See how I lifted up my left hand to go right into a left hand transition? One more time. 1, 2, 3, diddle. 1, 2, 3, diddle. 1. Alright? That's how the sticking goes. And then the sub counts, it's 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. That's if you're doing it 16th note bass. 32nd note bass, it would go 1 E and 2 E and 1. Alright? That's if it was on a 2/4. But you can put it on a 2/4, a 4/4. It fits naturally, alternating both hands. But otherwise, that's how you do the triple paradiddle. The paradiddle diddle is a triplet based rudiment. So it's going to go with the right hand being an accent note, right, left, and then diddle off the right hand, diddle off the left hand. So one more time. Right, left, diddle, diddle. Right, left, left. Of course, this rudiment doesn't naturally transition to the left hand, so practice with the left hand as well. Right, left, right, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, left. And then how to subcount this with triplet based 16th notes, it's just going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Of course, if that was in a 12/8 time signature, there would be 4 counts. But left hand, same thing. 1 and 2 and 3. Alright? A little faster. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So, like I said, it doesn't transition into the left hand. But otherwise, that's how you do the paradiddle diddle. So with the drag, it's pretty much 3 beats. The way you interpret it varies on each drummer pretty much. But nonetheless, you're going to have a pickup note in it. So we're going to do it off our left hand because we're going to accent with our right hand. So it's going to go A1. Alright? A1. And if you want to alternate with the right hand, with the left hand accent, here we go. A2. Alright? A2. So putting both of them together, it would go A1 E and A2 E and A3 E and A4 E and A1. Another way to interpret it is if you were doing it as a triplet based rudiment, it would go A1 and A2 and A3 and A4 and A1. You see how I just played it in between the and the 1? That's another way you can interpret it, alright? A1 and A2 and A3 and A4 and A1. It's kind of like a last second. It kind of comes in at the last second. So that's 2 different ways you can interpret it. You can do it like A1 E and A2 E and A3 E and A4 E and A1, or as a triplet based rudiment, A1 and A2 and A3 and A4 and A1. That's how you would do a drag.
Maximize your skills with rudimental drumming at schoolofsuperdrumming.com. The link is in the description.
So with the drag tap, it's pretty much a drag and then it's going to be a tap, alright? Pretty much just like how the rudiments sound. So the sticking, it's going to be a drag off the left hand and then followed by a right hand tap. 1, and then you're going to go into a left hand accent. And that would be the and. So it'll go 1 and. Right after that, you're going to go into a right hand drag, into a left hand tap. 2 and, right hand accent. Putting both of them together, it's going to go 1 and, 2 and, 3 and, 4 and, 1. Alright, that's pretty much how you do the drag taps. You really want to practice your drags before jumping into this rudiment, because once you got the drags down, then pretty much any drag related rudiment, you should be able to get them down. Alright, so one more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Alright, that's how you do it. So the double drag tap. Really all you're doing is adding an extra drag tap. So you're going to do 2 drag taps. Using a 3/4 time signature, it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Alright? 2 drag taps, accent. Alright? And if you want to interpret your drags to sound a little more open, just go A1 and 2, 3, A1 and 2, 3. Alright? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's going to be on the and then it's going to be on the and. A1 and 2, 3, A1 and 2, 3. So, 2 different interpretations, right? And don't forget to accent the last notes off of each of those double drags, but otherwise that's how you do it. So lesson 25, it's a 4/4 based rudiment. So when you do the drag, you can do it as a pickup note. So it's going to go A1 E and A2 E and A3 E and A4 E and A1. Alright, it's a very tight window when you do it. So a little quicker, it's gonna go a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. So as far as the sticking goes, you're gonna diddle off the left hand before going into that right hand tap. And it comes really quick. So right after that right hand tap coming out of the drag, you're gonna do 2 more beats off the left hand, and you're gonna do a right hand accent. So it's gonna go 1 E and, right? Right, left, right. Then you're gonna go into a right hand drag, and it's gonna go into a left hand tap. So you might want to get your drags down first before going into the lesson 25, because that's really gonna help you get through this. Then you're gonna do a right hand tap and a left hand accent. Putting them all together. So it's gonna go a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. Another way to interpret this is to open up the diddles on the left hand a little more, like put it on the instead of between the and the 1. So it'll go a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. Alright, but otherwise that's how you do lesson 25. So with the Rudiments, it is a triplet based rudiment. So we're going to use the 16th note subcounts when doing this. But first, the sticking. So first you're going to drag off the left hand, and it's going to be followed by a right hand tap. And then 2 more left hand, right hand taps going into a left hand accent. Diddle right, left, alright? Diddle right, left, left. And then off the right hand. And then off the right hand, diddle left, right. Diddle left, right. Alright, so the sticking does switch back and forth naturally with this rudiment. Adding the subcounts with it, it's going to go a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1. Alright, a little faster. 1, 2, a 3, 4, a 1. Think of it in triplet form. Alright, otherwise, that's how you do a Rudiments. So a double Rudiments is a triplet based rudiment, and the time signature that it naturally fits onto is the 9/8 time signature. So that's how I'm going to count it. It's going to be 3 counts and then starts over again. Real quick with the sticking, it's just if you're leading off with the left hand, you're going to drag it and then you're going to do a right hand tap, a 1, and then you're going to do that 2 times. Adding in the sub count, it's going to go a 1 and a 2, okay? A 1 and a 2. And then add in the rest of it. A 1 and a 2 and a 3. Alright, that accent's going to land on the 3. And then you're going to drag off the right hand, and it's going to be on the before going into the next measure or next count. So putting both of them together, it's going to go a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3. So doing this a little faster, it's a 1, a 2 and a 3, a 1, a 2 and a 3. Alright, you see how the sub counts match with the beats. Alright, that's how you would count it through, and once you get used to it, you won't need to use the sub counts as much. But otherwise, that's how you do the double Rudiments. The triple Rudiments is a triplet based rudiment. It fits best on a 12/8 time signature. So it's pretty much the same thing as the Rudiments as far as how the sticking goes. So if you already know how to do the Rudiments and the double Rudiments, then doing the triple Rudiments should be a piece of cake for you. So just doing the sub counts, it's going to go a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4, a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. Alright, count it all the way to 4. Make sure you hit those accents on the 4. A little quicker, a 1 and a little quicker, a 1, a 2, a 3 and a 4, a 1, a 2, a 3 and a 4. So just practice it in your head with the sub counts, and you should be good to go with this rudiment. That's how you play the triple Rudiments.
Like this video and subscribe to the channel. If you want full access to over 500 videos of stick tricks, rudiments, and exercises, sign up today at schoolofsuperdrumming.com. The link is in the description. Maximize your skills with rudimental drumming at schoolofsuperdrumming.com. The link is in the description.
So with the drag paradiddle number 1, this is a triplet based rudiment. As far as the sticking goes and the subcounts, we're going to do both of them together to make this easier to learn. So, and without the drag first, just the sticking. So it's going to go 1 and alright? 1, action the right hand, and then come back in with the right hand. And pretty much like a paradiddle right there, right? I'm going slow, so one more time. 1 and Now we're going to add the drag into this rudiment. So it's going to go 1 and. You see how tight that diddle was coming right before that tap? 1 and alright? So you're going to have a really tight window when doing that drag or diddle. Alright? 1 and 2, left hand. Alright? 1 and 2 and okay? So a little faster. 1 and 2 and 3. So if you want to interpret it in another way and you want to open those diddles up a little bit, the diddles is going to come right after the accent. So now the accent is pretty much into a 16th note instead of an 8th note. And this is going to fit into a 16th note diddle, which is technically like 32nd note, but you get what I'm trying to say. So it's going to go 1 and 2 diddle and alright? See where I fit that diddle in before the and. One more time. 1 and 2 diddle and 3. So that's another way to interpret it, okay? And a bonus, and in the bonus interpretation, they call this like a rough. So it's gonna go 1 and 2 and 3. Alright, so like I said, instead of diddling it, you're gonna buzz. It's pretty much the same exact technique as you would use for the multiple bounce roll. So don't be afraid to buzz it. Don't do it too hard and don't do it too soft. Alright? So a little quicker. Or with the diddles. So you see how I used all 3 of the different interpretations. But otherwise, that's how you do the drag paradiddle number 1.
Like this video and subscribe to the channel. If you want full access to over 500 videos of stick tricks, rudiments, and exercises, sign up today at schoolofsuperdrumming.com. The link is in the description. Maximize your skills with rudimental drumming at schoolofsuperdrumming.com. The link is in the description.
So the drag paradiddle number 2, it fits best on a 4/4 time signature. So that's how we're going to count it. We're going to use the 16th note subcounts for this example. But first, as far as the sticking goes, it's going to be an accent. And then you're going to do a really tight drag. And then followed by a right hand tap. So it's alright. 1, 2, 3. Practice that. 1, 2, 3. Don't forget that left hand. 1, 2, 3. So again, that diddle is coming in really tight. There's a small window of space for it if you're going to interpret it this way. But nonetheless, adding in the subcounts, we're going to use 16th note based subcounts. So it's going to go 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. That's how you would do it if you were doing this in 16 notes. If you want to up it up to 32nd notes, this is how you would count it. 1 E and 2 E and Alright? That's one way to interpret your drags. If you want to open them up, it would go like this. 1 E and 2 E and And then bringing them back down to the 16th notes, you would go 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. Alright, the subcounts can really help you break down how to do pretty much any of these rudiments if you know what you're doing. But otherwise, that's how you do the drag paradiddle number 2. So with the dragadiddle first, the sticking part of it is pretty much the same thing as a paradiddle. So you're gonna have right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right? That's including the accent notes. Here's where it gets a little different. You're gonna do a diddle on the first partial, all right? The first partial meaning the first note. This is the accent notes. So you're gonna go 1 E and all right? It's gonna be all on the same beat. 1 E and go into the left hand. 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and Don't be afraid to accent the diddle. Some people call it a drag, but in this case we're gonna call it a diddle. All right. So one more time. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. And then this is how it looks when it's fast. But that's how you do the drag-a-diddle. So the flam is a pretty tricky rudiment. So if you're accenting off of your right hand, your left hand is going to come right before that right hand comes in. It's almost kind of like how the drag works, but this time it's just one beat off the left hand. And it's going to be a tap note, not an accent or none of that stuff. Just a nice little tap note. Alright, nice low grace notes going on. So that's the first thing I would practice if this is your first time doing a flam. You want to make sure your stick control is good enough to control the volume, because you don't want it to sound like this. Or, of course, together. Alright, that means you're hitting it too hard off of your left hand. So only be one hand accenting, and that's going to be your right hand. If you are trying to accent your left hand, you're going to have pretty good control over your right hand. A little slower. Even at a slower pace, the notes are still pretty close, pretty tight. All right, it's not, you don't want that. So you want to really practice going slow and just Alright, I would practice not trying to get this in the air, but keep this nice and low and just work on these low taps. I would just practice this until you get used to controlling the volume of this stick. And same with the right hand when you're doing left hand flams. You really want to practice on these low tap notes. And then when you feel comfortable enough, try to put both of them together. Like I said, you don't want it too tight. About right here is perfect, for me at least. You will occasionally see other drummers like to do it a little more open, like if they're doing flam accents or something, but nonetheless, about right here is where you wanted to get it at, alright? Otherwise, that's how you do flams.
Like this video and subscribe to the channel. If you want full access to over 500 videos of stick tricks, rudiments, and exercises, sign up today at schoolofsuperdrumming.com. The link is in the description. Maximize your skills with rudimental drumming at schoolofsuperdrumming.com. The link is in the description.
So with the flam taps, you got a flam off the right hand, and then you're going to do a right-handed tap. So it's going to go right, right, and then flam off the left hand. Flam, tap. Make sure you accent each of your notes, alright? And then how to count these, it's going to be 16th note bass, so 1 E and So it's going to go 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. You're really going to want to make sure that you have your flams on point before moving on to any rudiment that has a flam in it. Alright, so make sure you get your flams down first, and then these flam taps are going to be much easier to handle once you got the flam, because the flam's the hardest part of this rudiment. So one more time, 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. A little quicker. And that's how you play the flam tap.
Like this video and subscribe to the channel. If you want full access to over 500 videos of stick tricks, rudiments, and exercises, sign up today at schoolofsuperdrumming.com. The link is in the description. Maximize your skills with rudimental drumming at schoolofsuperdrumming.com. The link is in the description.
The flam accent is a triplet based rudiment. So counting these with the sub counts and first the sticking is pretty much a triplet based single stroke roll with the first notes being the accent. So it's just, alright, you gotta establish that, right? Single stroke roll. Now with the accents, and this is where you gotta think in triplet bass, alright, in triplet form. So using the sub counts 1 and 2 and right? So it's gonna go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Alright, the reason for the sub counts is so you can get that triplet feel going on, alright? So now adding the flam on it, you're just gonna add the flam on top of the accent, so that's called a flam accent. So it's gonna go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Alright, if this is your first time messing around with this rudiment, make sure you go over it really slow, get the sticking down, and really more important than that is actually counting it, alright? Understanding the sub counts, understanding how it feels, the triplet bass feel. Alright, so work on that a little quicker. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. It's pretty much how you play the flam accent.
Like this video and subscribe to the channel. If you want full access to over 500 videos of stick tricks, rudiments, and exercises, sign up today at schoolofsuperdrumming.com. The link is in the description. Maximize your skills with rudimental drumming at schoolofsuperdrumming.com. The link is in the description.
With the Swiss Army triplets, they are a triplet-based rudiment. So the first note is going to be a flam, followed by a right-handed tap, and then followed by a left-handed tap. Alright, and then how to sub-count it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. A little quicker. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Left hand. You're gonna have to practice with it because it doesn't naturally transition. Alright, so here we go. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And that's how you play the Swiss Army triplets. Left hand.
Like this video and subscribe to the channel. If you want full access to over 500 videos of stick tricks, rudiments, and exercises, sign up today at schoolofsuperdrumming.com. The link is in the description. Maximize your skills with rudimental drumming at schoolofsuperdrumming.com. The link is in the description.
Good old flam drags. So it is a triplet based rudiment, and the sticking is just literally 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Practice with the accents one more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Now add a flam on top of those accents. You're gonna go like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Now, this is where you're going to add the drag aspect of this, aka a diddle. It's going to be right after you just did that accident flam. So it's going to go 1 and alright? Left hand, 2 and up. And now putting both of them together. 1 and up, 2 and up, 3 and up, 4 and up, 1. Make sure to use and memorize the sub counts. So that way, when you're doing it, you can match the sub counts with each partial. Alright? So, one more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. That's how you play the flam drags. So with the flam some places has it listed as a 4/4 based rudiment with 4/16 notes, ending it with a quarter note, and of course ending it with the quarter note flam. But in this case, we're going to list it as a triplet based rudiment, and I'm going to show you how. First with the sticking and how it goes. So the first 2 notes is going to be right-handed flam, followed by a left-handed accent. So it's going to go. Alright, practice that over and over so you can get used to it. So, here's where you can count it as a triplet based rudiment. So, it's going to go 1 and So, you're going to flam on the one more time. 1 and 1 and And then going straight into the left hand lead of the flam cue. So, it's going to go 2 and 2 and Alright, this rudiment is pretty easy to misunderstand and really mentally mess up. So you're going to have to really practice it slowly if this is your first time doing a flam cue. But putting both of them together, it's going to go 1 and 2 and So one more time. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1. Alright, so be careful with those transitions. It can be very tricky and very confusing. Just go over it slowly and work your way up with it. And then putting it as a 4/4 based rudiment, it would go 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and 1. Alright? But otherwise, that's how you play the flam cue.
Maximize your skills with rudimental drumming at schoolofsuperdrumming.com. The link is in the description.
So the flam paradiddle is pretty much the same sticking as a regular paradiddle, hence that is called a flam paradiddle. And all you're really doing is flamming the first partial, the first note. Alright, so it's just going to be right-handed accented flam, flam, left, right, right, and then going to the left hand. 2E and 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and 1. Alright? 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and 1. Alright, work with the flams, then this rudiment should be a piece of cake for you. But otherwise, that's how you play the flam paradiddle. So the flam paradiddle diddle is a triplet based rudiment, so I'll show you how to do it. So how to subcount this, it's gonna go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. But it can fit on 12/8 time signature, but of course it fits on a 6/8 time signature, alright? So that would be 2 counts. And it doesn't lead into your left hand, so practice with your left hand as well. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1. Now, inadvertently, you're going to end up doing a triple stroke before coming back in for the next flam. I'll show you where. 1 and right? So you're really going to have to work on your triple stroke rolls if you want to be able to do these flam style rudiments. And the same thing off the left hand. Alright, otherwise that's how you do the flam paradiddle diddle. Left hand. A flam de mille is pretty much like a reverse of the paradiddle. Normally the paradiddle is right, left, right, right, left, left, right? But the flam de mille sticking is right, right, left, and then left, left, right, left. So just switch the sticking around and you have a the middle part of it, I guess. But the flam part of it, you're gonna flam the first notes and accent the first note. So it's gonna be 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1. A little quicker. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1. Alright, make sure when you're first learning this to try to match the sub counts with the sticking and go over it really slowly. And when you feel comfortable enough with the sticking mentally as well, because this can be mentally confusing, go ahead and speed it up. Otherwise, this is how you play the flammed mill. So the patafla-fla, the sticking is just right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. It's just alternating over and over like a single stroke. Now, the difference with this is you're going to flam the first note, 1, and then the next 2 notes are just taps. So 1, E, and then you're going to accent off the left hand with the flam. So it's 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. A little quicker. Now this doesn't lead into your left hand, so make sure you practice with the left hand as well. So it's gonna go 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. Alright, otherwise that's how you play the patafla-fla. So with the inverted flam taps, the sticking is literally right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right. Sub counting it, it would go 1 E and 2 E and Alright? Add a flam on those accents that I just did. So you're gonna go 1 E and 2 E and Alright? One more time. 1 E and 2 E and So this can be a little tricky at first. That's why you really need to make sure you can sub count these, especially when they're 16th note based. So a little quicker one more time. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. And then alright? But otherwise that's how you play the inverted flam taps.
Like this video and subscribe to the channel. If you want full access to over 500 videos of stick tricks, rudiments, and exercises, sign up today at schoolofsuperdrumming.com. The link is in the description.